Welcome to another video review on the movie Rambler. Today's movie is And Then Came Summer. Now, in this 2000 gay coming out story, a father and his two sons go on vacation to a Cape Cod-ish type city on the ocean to reconnect with his aunt who hasn't seen in a couple of years. Along the way, he also reconnects with his former best friend, Tommy, and his brother, Seth. Now, Seth and David, one of Brian's children, are roughly the same age, and they hit it off immediately. They become friends, go to the beach, and generally just hang out for the 2 weeks that they are together. Eventually, during a drunken stupor, Seth and David start to make out and kiss on the beach. Things being what they are in this little town and in this family, David's little brother, Richie, tries to blackmail him with his father. Long story short, in the great climactic dinner scene, and not great as in fantastically done, but great as in the centerpiece of the entire movie, all these feelings and emotions come out from both David and Seth. Seth also recounts a episode from his childhood, which is sort of shown in a deleted opening to the film in the extras, in which he was taken away from his parents with their consent and given electroshock therapy to cure him of his gayness. Now, I don't want to belabor the point anymore, but this is a very low-budget movie, though not as low budget as Issues 101, which we talked about last week in written form. The production is polished. It looks like a real Hollywood movie, or any movie for that matter. I just wish that the dialogue and the script would have gone through a polish of some kind before it had gone in front of the cameras. Some of the lines just don't sound like anything that people actually say to one another. When David runs off after the dinner scene and Brian has to go after him, he says, "I don't know how to deal with your homosexuality," as opposed to saying, "I don't know how to deal with you being gay," or something along those lines. It's rather stilted dialogue, and despite that, it's very, very hard for me to bash this movie any further because its heart is in the right place. It's all about people loving each other and getting over their prejudices and hate and misunderstanding over anything in the world. One of the little minor things that could have been changed in the script process had it gone through an actual polish is David's little brother Richie, who at one time comes off as very, very anti-gay and very, very angry that his brother could ever be gay. Then, roughly 20 minutes later, after Seth goes through his basic nervous breakdown, he seems to stand up for his brother too in the face of a bigoted friend of Tommy's. I don't understand how that transformation took place. These two never talked in the time between those two scenes. Brian had nothing to do with it, and was it just hearing what Seth went through because he was gay that made Richie go, "You know what, this is not right, I need to be a nice guy"? I don't know, and quite frankly, the movie isn't really concerned about this either. Now, unlike last week, earlier this week when we talked about what matters most, I actually have notes today, so I'm going to run through them real quick, make sure I have everything down that I really want to talk about. Again, it is low budget, not bad low budget, but good low budget. They actually had a camera and looks like more than one set for the entire movie. We got Richie's change of heart. We got the heart in the right place. This movie is reported on Netflix to be about 2 hours long. It's not. It's roughly 75 minutes if we're lucky at that. It's not very long at all. And it spends most of the time building up the relationship between David and Seth, which is actually a good thing. There's a little backstory, as I mentioned, and I also wanted to mention again that the deleted opening is part of the extras that really doesn't work in the context of the movie itself, but as a flashback later on in the film, it may have worked. I'm reminded of the movie Latter Days, in which the blonde character, I forget his name right now, is taken to an anti-gay therapy program and given electroshock therapy until he finally escapes or breaks out or whatever terminology you really want to use. This is a decent movie. It's got its heart in the right place. It wants to do good things, has a lot of good things to say. It just didn't, the production look and the script didn't quite come together in a way that would actually mean anything in the long run. It is very, very nicely shot on location, where I really don't know. The shoot apparently took about 21 days, which is a fair shoot, I think, for a movie of 75 minutes. And honestly, I don't have anything else to say about And Then Came Summer. Until next time, this is the Movie Rambler saying goodbye.